In this video, I will explain some simple steps every e-com brand should go over to increase their conversion rate and thereby sales and profitability. Now, usually I talk about ads. I've generated over 16 million in sales for 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands with performance creative and meta ad systems. But one thing that I see over and over again is that not all brands make the best out of their ad traffic because they have conversion blockers on their website. So in this video, I will shortly go over everything every brand should have implemented to have the highest possible conversion rate. So one thing you have to understand is that conversion rate is not just one metric. It consists out of 3 different metrics, and those are based on the actions that people take on your store. First of all, they add to cart. After that, they initiate the checkout, and after that, they actually confirm the purchase and purchase from you. Now, while the best brands have an add to cart to sessions converted ratio of 3:1 or some even 2:1, most brands are in between the 4:1 or 5:1 space, or sometimes even 9:1 or 10:1. So I will explain exactly how you can get all those intermediate conversion metrics up to make sure that as many customers as possible actually convert. So the first thing goes without saying, but I see over and over again brands ignoring it, and that is adding as many payment options as possible. You should have things like PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, ShopPay, Afterpay, Klarna, and so on. You should also give people the option to pay you in installments, because this is another way of how you can actually get sales if people prefer to pay you in multiple installments. Because this is one of the biggest reasons why people actually abandon the cart. They want to check out and then they see that their favorite payment option or the one that they use all the time is not available, and then they just abandon the cart. So you don't want to give them any reason to do that, so you add as many payment options as possible. Now, the next thing that leads to abandoned carts is shipping cost. Makes sense, right? You go to a product page, you see the price, you see the product, then you think, okay, for that money, it's worth it. And then you see the shipping cost is like $5, $10, or even $15. And that already makes a lot of customers feel like, okay, this is not a fair deal anymore, so they don't buy from you. You have to think that if you want to convert add to carts, what are actually the reasons people abandon them? It could be price, it could be shipping cost, it could be payment options, and all the other points that I cover. Once you have everything covered, people have no reason to abandon, and then your conversion rate will be high. So if I say, okay, offer free shipping, many people come to me and say, hey, this would absolutely destroy my margin. I can't offer that. I have to charge additionally for shipping. And what I always say is not the free shipping is killing your margins, but the fact that people drop off so much after seeing your shipping cost. Especially nowadays with Amazon, people are very used to free shipping and almost expect it. If they see there's a ridiculously high shipping cost, they just abandon the cart. Now, if you're worried about your margins, you can even test something like this. Just remove any shipping cost, but add the shipping cost directly to your product price. I'm not saying this will work for sure, but experimenting with some brands, we actually see that increased conversion rate because there was no unpleasant surprise. Nobody likes unpleasant surprises that lead to people having to pay more money. So the people that added to cart had already the intention to buy, and because there was a smooth process and no unpleasant surprises, they just went for it. Of course, you might receive less add to carts in total because the price point will be higher, but in general, the conversion rate should be still higher overall if you do it like that. It doesn't have to apply to your brand, but that's an average that we see. Now, the next variable that negatively impacts conversion rate is shipping times. Ideally, your product should ship within 3 to 7 days. The best case, under 3 days. If people see that they need 10 or 15 days to get their product, they just don't want to wait and go to something like Amazon and search a knockoff there that will be delivered within 2 days. When it comes to something like that, I see many brands disregarding the fact that customers are people with well-functioning brains just like us, and they know alternatives that they can go to get the stuff. So what you want to do is making sure that they get the stuff the fastest from you. You want to have extremely fast shipping times and then also communicate that. Another mistake that I see very often is that brands don't even communicate shipping times at all. And then they get customer complaints, then they have people asking, hey, where's my product? Or they have just people abandoning their cart because they don't know when they will receive the product and if they can trust the brand. So make sure that the shipping is ideally already on the product page and that it says, hey, in this amount of days you will receive the product, everything as transparent as possible. People will appreciate it and you will reduce the drop off massively. Now, of course, you might ask yourself, hey, how can I speed up my shipping times? Well, just talk to your 3PL partners, negotiate, ask what options there are, negotiate with shipping companies and see what you can do. All the big brands have done it, so if you want to compete with them, you have to do it as well. Let's move on to the next reason why people might abandon add to carts, and that is very simple, very straightforward. Trust. You have to understand that when people click on an ad, they get to a website, they have to deem you as trustworthy and be confident enough to give you their card information. They have to be confident that they will actually get their product. So you want to make sure that you have all important conversion elements on your website, like reviews, like FAQs, UGC videos to build social proof. A very nice one is also a founders video, because that actually gives the brand a face and a person to trust, and not just a corporate intransparent structure. So make sure to include all those important conversion elements to build as much trust as possible, because again, people will not give you their cart information if they don't trust you. And this is exactly what they do between adding to cart and finalizing their session with the purchase. Now, the next thing you can do to improve your abandoned cart rate is abandoned cart email and SMS flows. There are many different strategies. Some brands are sending out emails with time-limited discounts to incentivize the finalization of the purchase. Others are sending emails from the founder, of course automated, but make it look very authentic. You can even send personalized text messages: just so you didn't complete the purchase, that you have any issues checking out. This is not pushy at all, and even if the person will not convert, many people will actually give you the actual reason why they didn't check out, and this is extremely valuable information, because based on that, you can implement whatever the reason was for them not checking out, and then the next person will check out. So those are all the things that you definitely want to implement to have the highest possible conversion rate and get all those add to carts converted. If you need a plan and a structure to scale your brand to 7, 8 or even 9 figures, but you don't have the exact roadmap, I have created a video here that goes exactly over our process that is already proven and has scaled many brands to 7 figures, some even to 8 figures and beyond. So highly recommend to check out this video. Keep scaling. See you there.